what do you think they're going to do with Helleanor?
I don't know yet. Still debating.
Well, what I seen on Facebook, you might be thinking about selling it.
Yeah, I don't know. I go back and forth. You know, it's one of those deals where you got a lot of history with that car.
Oh, for sure.
Obviously, on the street and everything else. And so I hate to get rid of it, but I don't know what else to do with it because, you know, the racing at the track's gotten ridiculous. I mean,
yeah,
the amount of money that people are throwing at them, and you know, if you don't have a pro mod, you're not going to compete. And I'm not ready to build a new car or cut mine up in order to, you know, try to do that. And then I'm also not willing to be out on the road for 4 weeks at a time. So,
for sure.
But, you know, with that being said, I also can't stand to let it sit there and just collect dust and rot. So,
right,
that's something we got to figure out.
And I wish we could go back because we had so much fun back in the day with that.
Oh, yeah. Yep, out on the street is where we had, and that's the thing, is the racing that a lot of these guys are doing right now, it's not even fun. It's work. You go out there and you bust your butt. It's we've had Helleanor out once this year, and it was time I got home that Sunday night, I was done. Right. You know, and so, but going back to what we used to do with it, you know, we'd go take it out on a Friday night or whatever, and
well, you're gonna have to put my seat back in.
Yeah, oh, yeah. We'll have to put a seat in for sure. But
and a radiator.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes that need to be done. But you know, back then, you know, what was it, 2004, 2005? You know, we could take it out on Friday night, go race motorcycles because there wasn't anybody else that was fast enough back then.
Yeah, there's a few out there now. We might have some.
Yeah. But, you know, and then the next night we'd go to the track and run, you know, 480s, 490s with it and just have a ball with it.
I like that going back to the street deal.
Yeah, we would definitely, we would have to change motors for sure.
Yeah.
And a lot of changes.
Well, you don't need 3,000 horsepower on the street anyway.
Yeah. There's a lot of guys that try to do it.
Yeah, it's hard to blow the tires off.
But you know, that if you start thinking about it, that's the most fun I've had is, you know,
for sure,
playing with it on the street, going Saturday night up to 39th and finding somebody to race. Remember who was that we were racing that night? He has that 69 Camaro, or he had it.
Was it Pumpkin?
Yeah, something like that. Is it Pumpkin? Is it Pumpkin or Pumpkin?
I don't know.
I think it's Pumpkin because it's soft.
Maybe it's Punk.
Yeah, it could be Punk too, but
that was a million years ago, man.
But if you remember that night, we raced him. We stopped on the bridge over there off of what was that?
It's off of Reno, wasn't it?
Reno, yeah. And
it's over by Mark's shop.
Yeah, well, we went up to 39th first, and we couldn't get any traction. Back then, you know, we didn't have traction control or anything.
Well, you needed my butt in there because I missed the first race, and then I got in the second race.
Yeah.
And I think my weight was just enough to give you some traction there.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. I remember that, and then we gave him the hit.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think his car ran 9s back then, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was probably one of the quicker cars on the street.
I think he was considered one of the fastest back then.
Yeah. And we spotted him, gave him the hit. And I remember you were in there with me. And
yeah,
you were like, go or something. I don't remember. But we gave him the hit. And I got it into third gear as quick as I could, and I was just pedaling that thing, and it sounded like we had 18-speed transmission on.
Well, you were over there driving and trying to shift and spinning, and then you finally, when you got it into third, it was like you went around him like
by
a
the
jet.
end of the bridge.
Yeah, you went around him.
I just goosed it at the last second and shot above in front of him.
Yeah, we out mile an hour, him probably about 30 mile an hour.
Gosh, it was so. There she is. Decisions. Hey, Kurt.
What'd you come up with?
We don't know. Just thought we'd look at it a little bit and see what it would take to convert it over.
Right.
Street
car.
Street.
Make it a street car again.
But here's the deal. If we do it on the street, I want it where it can be drove up to Sonic, whatever. You know, so pretty much we have to put the old motor back in it.
Roll up windows.
Put steel doors back on it, take the wing off, parachute off, and make it a real street car. Where we can go out on Saturday night, find some races, and go to town with it. What do you think?
Sounds like a pretty good idea.
Sounds like a good idea, but a lot of work. So then we've got a 3,500 horsepower motor and some big old turbos that we're just going to set off to the side and collect dirt. So.
Yeah, they're not very straightable right now, are they?
No.
Well, that turbos look good in that boat, maybe.
Yeah.
Talking about work. Yeah, I'm not up for all that.
So.
I'll stick with these junky old 540s.
But we were talking, the funnest that we've ever had when we drove these things on the street and go out and find races.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Go home that night. Don't have to rebuild the car.
Right on.
Can I take my passenger seat?
Jimmy wants his seat in there.
Yeah, I want something a little more comfortable than before.
Noah's going to be fighting you for that seat now. So,
I
but
remember the last time you rode one of them seats and he's screaming like a little girl.
Yeah.
While he's talking about that,
earlier.
he's got the video hid because he was recording with his cell phone. He won't relinquish it.
It's on some website. I don't know.
yeah, you definitely had a high pitched voice.
It
that
wasn't
day.
one of my prouder moments. It was real.
So that's kind of where we're at.
Well,
We just need to
we can quit talking about it and be about
get a
it.
game plan and get after it.
Right on.
Let's do it.
Make it happen.